going to have to figure out a nooner song, possibly with clogging. Look, I love Afternoon Delight. You have never seen more like country clogging stuff about inappropriate, things. I love that song. It's so inappropriate, but you have these, if you've ever seen the video of the singers, they're like clogging. It is pure, uncut, cringe-hilariousness, and I want to share it to the world. Thank you guys so much for being flexible. Thank you, Wolfram, for being my lovely modly mod, even if I have to change times because I have to give money to Uncle Sam. Welcome, Jeffrey and Kathy. I hope you are driving safe. Welcome. This is Sarah and Slinky and Robert James. Good afternoon. We, did everything right with taxes, I think. To be fair, I am definitely I endeavor to be, you know, much more goodish about getting my invoices and printing them the day I buy something. I hope future me has all my stuff, in it, all my poop in a group, because current me is thinking that's a pipe dream. Kathy Michelle, I have been saying that all day. I don't know why, but it is an earworm. I whole ass love you and ho ass love you. I'm going to try to make a t-shirt that says you are my ho ass soulmate, but I don't know if it will work, and I totally suck at graphics. But in our first story, Holy Fizzolis, and welcome, Denise. What in the Bob Ross is going on? Wendy Williams was taken to the hospital after dropping a desperate note from a New York City window begging for help. As someone who has a family member who's dealing with dementia, it is terrifying to think that Miss Williams may not have an advocate that's actually, there for her. I mean, because I know how dependent someone can be, and this is terrifying to me, again, as having a family member, and I'm sure people in the chat have had family members who have dealt with this, and it's incredibly scary to, think that they could be in great danger. And Slinky said, I gathered data on my mother's taxes this weekend. She has cattle, so everything is itemized. Yeah, and so many people are unscrupulous. It's ridiculous, and it's so incredibly sad and infuriating because she's a human being. She is trapped in her own mind. I can't imagine a prison more scary because my mind thinks of all the ridiculousness. I hope that someone is helping her, but let's get into this story. Wendy Williams was taken away from her New York assisted living facility by ambulance Monday after the cops were called in for a wellness check when the ex-talk show queen tossed a handwritten note out the window begging for help. Help, Wendy, the note said, with exclamation points. Now, the call came in around 11:15 a.m., soon after the 60-year-old, who has been diagnosed with dementia, tossed the note from the window of her fifth-story room. Why is she able to open a window in a fifth-story room when she has dementia? I mean, is anyone asking these questions? Because I have a terror of people with dementia being able to open windows in a high-rise, but good point. I didn't think about bars. And to be fair, even if you have dementia, you should be able to feel a breeze. I just hope it's safe. Now, the former TV star who has been holed up in the facility's memory ward as she fights to end her court-ordered guardianship was later spotted at the window waving her arms at a Post reporter while speaking on the phone. Soon after, Williams silently walked out of the facility, escorted by a handful of cops, and was helped into a waiting ambulance. The ordeal came after it emerged that the daytime star was slated to return to TV for the first time amid her ongoing health woes. Do not put this woman on television unless she wants to. I have a feeling it's going to be so exploitative, and I don't want to watch it. Look, I'm not your mom. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would not give this new Wendy Williams, thing any attention because it absolutely is exploitative. If she is terrified in an assisted living facility, then she doesn't need to be on TV. This is exploitative. I don't like it. Now, Susan Bass, former co-executive producer of The Williams Show, shared news of an upcoming appearance in an Instagram post on Sunday. Quote, prepping a very special friend for her appearance at The View ABC to air this Friday, hashtag free Wendy, Bass captioned a video of herself speaking to Wendy Williams on the phone. But I mean, she was looking like this. Now, it wasn't immediately clear if the appearance was going to be filmed in person or just over the phone. Williams, who has been diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia and aphasia, has been embroiled in a high-profile battle to end the guardianship she's been under since 2002. Her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, has previously said that Williams has become cognitively impaired, permanently disabled, and incapacitated from her dementia battle. Now, Williams, for her part, has insisted that she's mentally sound, claiming in a recent TMZ phone interview that she is being held in a prison and is not allowed to go outside of her own free will. She still appeared to score a small win in her longtime guardianship battle last month after Morrissey informed a judge that she would be open to having Williams undergo new medical evaluation in the light of the star's claims that she doesn't have dementia. Yeah, I don't like this. This is very, very exploitative to me. I don't like it. Look, I can imagine the woman that Wendy Williams was would never want the woman that Wendy Williams currently is on television. And she probably does, Audio Coffee, have random brief moments of clarity, but they're few and far between. Look, when I went to visit my mother-in-law, I've been with Mr. Mo for darn near 15 years. And she didn't know who I was. And it wasn't the hurt that I know that her children feel when she doesn't remember them as well. It is a special kind of grief to see a person that you love slowly fade away in front of you and be locked in their mind, and you can do nothing. It is the suck fest of helplessness, and it sucks all the balls. And if these people try to make money off of Wendy Williams, I will form a mom squad with chanclas and we will boycott The View. Although everyone seems to be boycotting the View anyway, so we might not have to work on that not getting any popularity. Yeah, it hurts a lot. It does. And it hurts to remember who they were before. But let's get on to this. On another note, what in the actual FUCK? Former President Rodrigo Duterte arrested in the Philippines on an ICC warrant over drug red rummings. Well, you know, it's not every day that a former president gets arrested, unless it's the Philippines, I guess. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte was arrested Tuesday on a warrant from the International Crime Court, accusing him of crimes against humanity over deadly anti-drug crackdowns that he oversaw while in office, the Philippine government said. Now, Duterte was taken into custody in the Manila airport after arriving from Hong Kong with his family, becoming the first former Asian leader to be arrested by the global court. Well, there's always got to be a first, I guess. Congratulations! He was later driven to the nearby Villamor Air Base. It was unclear where he would be taken next by authorities. Clad in a dark jacket, an irate Duterte protested his arrest after his arrival and asked the authorities on what legal basis was he being taken into custody. Yeah, it's never good when they read it out and it's like, and crimes against humanity. And he's like, well, in that special. His lawyers immediately asked the Supreme Court in Manila to block any attempt to transport him out of the Philippines to be handed over to the ICC in Europe. Okay, I am not a, historiologist. I am not a, wizard or anything. But maybe European power centralizing in Germany and Brussels It seems like a bad idea. We've tried this 2 times and it really didn't work. Could we stop making the same GD mistake? Any hoozle. I'm just saying, look, if it worked for his country, I don't know what he did. I'm not knowledgeable in why they're going after him, but I do have I'm a Dale Gribble. I have a deep distrust of like power centralizing in Central Europe. Again, we have tried this before. It has never worked. Stop trying to make this happen. Stop trying to make fetch happen. When I am the voice of reason, something has gone terribly effing wrong. I mean, I'm wearing a snood, you guys. I love snoods because basically I don't have to do anything with the back of my hair and I get to do fun stuff with the front. But honest to God, I'm wearing a snood. I should not be a voice of reason here. And yet I am. Thank you, 2025. Show me the legal basis for me being here, Derte asked authorities in remarks captured on video by his daughter, Veronica Derte, who posted it to social media. You have an answer now for the deprivation of liberty. The surprise arrest sparked a commotion at the airport where lawyers and aides of Derte loudly protested that they, along with doctors and lawyers, were prevented from coming close to him after he was taken into the police custody. This is a violation of his constitutional right, Senator Bong Go, a close Derte ally, told reporters. The ICC is probing mass unalivings during Derte's drug crackdown. The ICC has been investigating these mass unalivings overseen by Derte when he served as mayor of the southern Philippine city of Davao and later as president. Estimates of the death toll of the crackdown under Duterte as president vary, from more than 6,000 that national police have reported to up to 30,000 claimed by human rights groups. Upon his arrival, the prosecutor general served the ICC notification for arrest warrant for the former president for crimes against humanity, the government said. He is now in the custody of authorities. The warrant of arrest sent by the ICC to Philippine officials, a copy of which was seen by the Associated Press, said, quote, there are reasonable grounds to believe that the attack on victims was both widespread and systematic. The attack took place over a period of several years, and thousands of people appear to have been unalived. Now, Derte's arrest was necessary to ensure his appearance before the court, according to a March 7th warrant, adding that the former president was expected to ignore the court summons. Although Derte is no longer president, he appears to wield considerable power still. Mindful of the resultant risk of interference with investigations and security of witnesses, the chamber is satisfied that the arrest of Derte is necessary. Now, I don't see this flying in America, but ICC, I wouldn't try it here in America. I wouldn't try it here in rural areas, but who elected the ICC? This is the problem. Who elected these people that are going to judge this man? Now, I'm not for mass unalivings. I think they're terrible. If he did it, he should be prosecuted, but by his own country. What is this, like, non-related, non-elected, freaking, bureaucratic court gonna do? I mean, I understand they arrested him, but this is a country problem, not a world problem. I'm so tired of being team world police. Could we just stop? We tried it in the 90s. We tried freedom fries. Can we stop repeating the same cycle? I mean, look, I for one love Star Wars, and I get that history rhymes, but could we maybe stop rhyming the same damn words? Speaking of that, where in the heck did I put that? We have some more Gypsy Rose news. More Gypsy Rose news. What is this woman doing? And look, y'all, I'm a terrible person. I'm going straight to hell. But her eye kills me. I can't watch anything with her. And I feel terrible for it, but I'm always following the eye that's not following me, which is terrible. I am going straight to hell. I don't know how to stop it. And why does Dr. Phil look like he's in a hostage video? Dr. Phil, blink twice if you're there at CBS against your will. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's boyfriend, Ken Urker, dumped her after listening to Dr. Phil discuss their relationship. Dr. Phil is not Jesus. Why the hell would you listen to Dr. Phil? Look, the man still continues to believe that hair on the side in Friar Tuck looks better than just shaving his head bald. I mean, he has an okay head. It's a little divotty, but for God's sakes, the three hairs that are hanging on the side, look, there is denial, but sir, you are a, psychiatrist. You should know what denial looks like. Now, Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her boyfriend Ken Urker temporarily split, and it was largely due to, quote, outside opinion and influence, including that of Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil Blake breaking relationships. Dr. Phil. Now, the couple opened up about the ups and downs of their relationships in an exclusive interview with People ahead of the release of Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup Season 2. Oh, F me. This is cringe-larious level DEFCON 5. Look, I don't know if you can watch this without an adult beverage, but it is going to be cringe-larious to the max stream. Now, during the chat, Urker revealed that what was going through his head when the pair parted ways prior to their April 2024 reconciliation. Urker first connected with Gypsy Rose, a victim of Munchausen by proxy. Now it is called factitious disorder by proxy. I don't know why they changed the names when they don't do anything to cure it. It's just like CRPS. It used to be RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy. They changed the name to complex regional pain syndrome. Did they do any, research to see why any of this is different? Hell no, but we changed the name because it's complex and we have no idea what the hell we're doing. Sorry for the rant. I'm just tired of them changing names and doing not one GD thing to fix anything. But they're like, we changed the name. And I'm like, and? When she was still in prison for the murder of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, he proposed to Gypsy Rose, 33, in October 2018, and the couple briefly called off their engagement before reuniting in August 2019. They later went their separate ways again for multiple years, during which Gypsy Rose married and split from estranged husband and looks just like her mother, Ryan Anderson. She announced her separation from Anderson 4 months after she was released from prison in December 2023. She did say that the D was fire, though, so, I guess that's a good Yelp review for Mr. Anderson. In Life After Lockup, which gives viewers a look at the couple's rekindled romance, Gypsy Rose explains that she was blindsided. I'm going straight to hell. All the way to hell, every single second. By Urker's split, which Urker revealed to People was a decision shaped more by the voices around him than the ones in his own head. Quote, well, I think one of the biggest things was outside opinion and influence, Urker said of his decision to end things with Gypsy Rose. I'd listened to a podcast from Dr. Phil, and I had a lot of people in my ear just telling me that the best thing I can do for her is give her some time to build a self-identity that she's never been able to build before, even while she was in prison. And I felt that at the time, all those options, especially Dr. Phil's, I felt that it was the right choice to make at the time for both of us, he continued. So we went off on our separate directions, but fate followed us back to meet up again, because she is his whole ass soulmate. Whole ass. She ain't no heifer with a dump truck. Those, y'all, I cannot tell you how much those letters helped me last night, because it was not a good night, and I just kept thinking, ho ass soulmate. And Mr. Mo was confused about that. He's like, are you calling me an ass? And I said, no, it's soulmate. Of course, I might have written it as ho, H-O, which, if you weren't in the loop, I guess it could be a little, confusing. Now, the television personality's podcast analysis about Gypsy Rose, which was not focused on their relationship, but included Dr. Phil, 74, talking about Munchausen by proxy victim and mentioning Urker by name, influenced Urker more than other opinions he underscored. Now, Dr. Phil told the Dr. Phil host, Urker tells People, was one of the biggest outside, I guess, opinions that shaped the way our relationship was at the time. After calling off an engagement for a second time after Gypsy Rose's relationship with now estranged husband Anderson had run its course, the Life After Lookup stars reconnected and now share a baby daughter, Aurora, who was born on December 28th. Dear God, someone watch out for that child, please, for the love of mother effing holiness. But there you go. They got back together. They got a baby. And please, dear God, honest to goodness, like straight from my heart, I hope that Gypsy Rose conquers and does good things and then works on getting the man who actually she manipulated into stabbing her mother a little bit of the freedom she's got. Because I I just feel so terrible for the man who did this. He did a wrong thing. I am not justifying that Dee Dee needed to go. What I am saying is that the gentleman who did the actual stabulation was neurodivergent, very, very easily manipulated, and Gypsy Rose was the mastermind. And I don't know if it's female. There you go. I couldn't remember his name. Nicholas Godejohn. So I'm just so irritated that she's out here fawning around and she knows that she really, really manipulated this poor, again, he made the choice. It was his, choice to take the knife, okay? I am not disabusing him of any sort of responsibility or negating his responsibility. I do think that there should have been more concessions and more mitigating factors. JKD, are we saying tits out for justice? Are we saying justice or bust? Don't make me make a t-shirt like that. My mom will disown me. And by make, I mean encourage me, because I probably still will. And more what in God's name is going on, and is the person that is running the Matrix high as balls? Harry Potter star shocks fan with OnlyFans announcement. Y'all, I can't anymore. The absurd. It's like so easy to find today. 37-year-old actress Jessie Cave, best known for her role as Lavender Brown in the Harry Potter film series, has taken an unexpected turn in her career by launching an OnlyFans. I give up. Jessie Cave announced the venture on Instagram, explaining her new platform will focus on niche hair content. God, I hope it's the hair on her head. And I never thought I would have to wish that and pray to tiny baby Jesus that it was the hair on his head or her head, but I'm praying as I'm reading this article. 'Cause dear God, please help me. And what the hell are those glasses? Those glasses are awful. Take them off. Cave, whose long light brown hair is a signature look, described the project as a, quote, strange new journey. In a humorous video accompanying her announcement, she is seen brushing her hair while explaining to an off-camera voice, presumably her longtime partner, Alfie Brown, that her OnlyFans content will primarily involve stuff like this. The off-camera voice playfully questioned whether hair brushing content is known as a phenomenon, which Cave responded with a confident no. She explained that fans want to hear the sounds of brushing and the swish of hair. All right, look, Mama Mo generally doesn't do this. She lives and let lives. But if the sound of getting your hair brushed gives you a stiffy, I'm going to need you to come to the front of the congregation because I need explaineration. Now, I'm not going to judge. I don't want to judge. Look. But if you get aroused by ASMR, please come to the front of the congregation. I got like 173 questions and 10 more. Because what in the actual Frito-Lays is going on here? Well, don't give it away for free, a man urged as Cave demonstrated her planned videos. She asserted, I need to tell people what I'm offering, added, it's a fetish, I think, I hope, slutty Mormon, going for a very pure aesthetic. When asked what she hoped to achieve, Cave replied, just very sensual stuff with my hair. Ooh. And hair. Why? Why? Y'all, no, no. This is how we get final form Jesus, and I am not freaking ready to to do this. No, no. Look, I am not getting stuck down on this earth with damn Nicolas Cage still doing, freaking Left Behind movies. I'm not doing it. He better switch to Con Air because I ain't doing it. So y'all need to get yourselves right because if y'all tempt final form Jesus down here, I'm going to be real pissed off because I haven't even atoned for half my crap. Also, I'm blasphemous right now. I hasn't Nicolas Cage done like every single type of movie to get out of taxes or tax fees? She joked that this venture could make big bucks while assuring both her partner and potential subscribers that her content will still steer clear of more sensual content. There will be no feet or bums involved, she said. Now, Cave, who describes herself as a long hair specialist, emphasizes that while her content may be sensual, it won't include any explicit material. Who the hell is paying to watch a woman brush her hair? Again, come to the front of the congregation and have you considered, nay, have you thought about Mo? In fact, the most honest and truthful for-profit charity. Every single dime that you donate to Mo's house goes directly to Mo's house. And Mo takes time to pick out the best Sailor Moon rick-rack that I can find. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm more honest than any other charity you're going to find. 100% of the profits go to me, and they don't get wasted. Thank you, guys. I love a snood. I am not going to lie. Snoods and wigs keep me from trying to learn how to use a hair curler. I got one of them things. Look, it was pricey. Look, I've never spent $80 on a hair doodad in my flippin' life. But you can take the piece of hair and then you put it in this thing and it eats it up and it curls it itself because I am not to be trusted with curling irons. They've got these new ones where it doesn't even have a little clippy thing. And I'm like, I am not a girl enough to figure this flipping out. Like, I got 15 hours to freaking, you know, try to figure out how to curl my damn hair. Like, I got time for this. No, I can barely get, concealer on to try to hide the bags underneath my eyes because sleep and me are not close friends today. But if you would like to watch a Mormon woman brush her hair for reasons I can't figure out, and she doesn't have any eyebrows. Okay, so I will tell you something they did in Terminator. In Terminator, they removed the eyebrows of Arnold Schwarzenegger because it takes the face and it turns it into Uncanny Valley. It is just almost there to be human, but it's a little off. And that increased the sort of unease you felt with the Terminator. Well, this woman wearing these nude glasses over her eyebrows is creeping me the F out. I really, look, I love all of my children just as you are. If you want to watch hair fetish material, God bless you, but I don't quite get it. Don't quite. Just not quite understanding what's going on there. In sadder news, unfortunately, the body of a Georgia teacher, Jerry Jones, was found in a lake 1 month after disappearing with his fiancee. So unfortunately, the community and his family do have answers, but they might not be the ones that they wanted. The body of Georgia teacher Jerry Jones has been pulled out from a tourist lake where he vanished while celebrating his 50th birthday with his fiancée, who was found dead exactly 1 month earlier. The Westminster school teacher and coach was found dead in 45 feet of water along timber in a lake Okanoi. Sunday afternoon, Putnam County Sheriff Howard Sills told 11 Alive News. Now, Jones' body was not far from his bride-to-be, Spelman College instructor Jocelyn Wilson, and was found a day after the two went missing from a boat trip on February 8th, the sheriff said. And he looks like a happy, full of life. They look both happy and full of life. This is such a tragedy. I am glad that his family has something to bury. I guess I didn't realize how comforting it was to go to a place and be able to talk to your loved one. And you can do that even if you don't have a body, but I'm glad that they did. And it's a sad glad. I hate feelings. They get mixed up. Like, could we just have like a sad, like y'all remember in Inside Out when all the feelings just had the one ball and they didn't mix up and swirl because F that. I don't need happy, sad, glad, grief. Look, give me one at a time. I don't do blended feelings. Like this is a no-go. I am all confused. So if we could go back to just having anger and sad and happy and snarky and they don't mix, that would be super duper awesome. Please work on that, whatever, you know, deity I need to ask. You know, Saint Agatha, patron saint of militant ovaries and uterus who will not stop flooding me with feelings. Jeffrey Montgomery, I reject your reality and substitute my own. But feelings aren't simple, they never were. Look, I know, I'm just saying again, I am trying to negotiate with the big guy upstairs about an asshole rapture and possibly simple feelings. Look, I'm not sure how the negotiations are going. His people haven't talked to my people, but I am working on it. Now, his body was thanks to Wisconsin search and recovery expert Keith Cormican using underwater sonar technology to find the long missing teacher, according to the outlet. They disappeared while on a fishing boat celebrating Jones turning 50. Officials have said the boat was found empty and running in circles, with a cookie still, with icing still on board hours after they were last seen. Wilson, a Spelman College instructor, was found floating that day or the following day because she still had air in her lungs when she passed away. She was found still clutching her cell phone. Oh, this is incredibly sad. Jones' wallet, driver's license, and hotel key card were also found on the boat. Before Cormican was brought in, authorities had already spent 3 weeks conducting extensive search using sonar, cadaver dogs, helicopters, and drones. I cannot remember such an extensive use of government and civilian personnel and resources for an incident such as this on Lakes Okeechobee and Sinclair in the last 40 years, Sills told Atlanta First News. Jones' family, who funded the extensive search, have been informed of the tragedy according to the outlet. He was a game and life changer for a lot of people, and that's why so many folks have come to support. Jones' brother, Michael Jones, told Alive 11. Gary has been a servant of God since he was an early teenager, and he has probably done what people have done in 85 to 90 years, and Gary's done it in 50 years. We just hope to carry his legacy on. Authorities do not expect foul play and will conduct autopsies on both Jones and Wilson, the outlet reported. Now joined the staff of Westminster Schools as a middle school science teacher in 2002 and was an 8th grade basketball coach and head of the track and field program during his time there, Atlanta News first reported. Wilson was a math instructor at Spelman College, where she made an indelible impact on both her students and colleagues. Oh, it's just, I keep getting calls from pharmacies asking me if I need any help. And I'm like, well, I mean, could you fold laundry? They usually hang up after that. And I'm like, I mean, what can you do? Rapper CeeLo Green took to Instagram earlier this month to mourn Wilson, calling his old childhood friend practically one of the 3 additional sisters I have. No one deserves to perish in that fashion. It's more than tragic. It's horrific. And I know personally that she did not deserve this, he wrote. Wilson and Jones first met as students at Clark Atlanta University 30 years ago, but had reconnected through Natasha Harrison. They were engaged over the holidays and due to be married on March 14th. Ooh. No, stay on track. You are already going crazy with the absolute tangents. Look, y'all, every day I look at the news and I am more happy that I am an inside cat and I can experience the world through the internets. The internet has brought us a lot of weird things, destiny, a bunch of weird people, two girls, one cup, but it's also brought us indoor cats outside, sort of. A gondola cabin with passengers falls at British Columbia ski resort. Now, I just want to extend a hand of friendship and tell you that I love you, Canada, and I don't want to make you the 51st state. I mean, if we're going to make anything the 51st state, I want it to be Guam. No offense, but I want it just to, before it tips over. I've been comfortably informed. A cabin loaded with passengers at a ski resort in British Columbia crashed to the ground Monday shortly after heading up the hill. Now, the gondola at Kicking Horse Mountain Resort in Golden plummeted approximately 10 feet before landing on its side in the snow. Now, the ski resort has not confirmed how many passengers were inside the cabin when it fell. Quote, at 9:20 a.m., an incident occurred involving a cabin at the base terminal of Golden Eagle Express gondola. Our patrol team and first responders were rapidly dispatched on the scene, the resort said in a statement. Now, according to the resort's website, each cabin can hold about 8 passengers. Investigators with Technical Safety British Columbia said that only minor injuries have been reported. Patrol responded right away, and some bystander called 911. The doors came ajar in the fall, but no one could get out of the downed cabin, witness Scott Wilson told CBC. When my son and I left the area about 5 minutes later, the occupants were still trapped inside, he added. Now, Kicking Horse Mountain shut down the resort shortly after the gondola crashed, and according to its website, will remain closed until further notice as they investigate what caused the cabin to fall from the cable. Yes, please investigate that. We can never escape Ruby Frankie. She's a ghost haunting us. Our trained maintenance team is evacuating passengers as per standard operating procedure. A full inspection has been initiated to determine and analyze root causes, the resort said in a statement earlier Monday. The team from a manufacturer and relevant authorities have been called to further assist. So I'm glad that no one died. I'm glad that there were minor injuries, but I have seen Final Destination. Y'all need to keep your head on a swivel. Death is not happy. Do not get behind lumber trucks. Do not take a shower with a toaster anywhere near you, okay? Because I have seen Final Destination. The only series I refuse to see is Hostel because I don't like all that icky. Like, that just looks... It's not my jam. Look, if you like it, Mama Mo loves you, but I just... Mm-mm. No, no. I don't even know what to make of this, cause y'all, where is Lord Chippy? Where in the Lord Chippy? We have missed you. Come and play. Okay, here's my deal. Just get a daggone divorce. I do not understand men, women, zimzers, furries, and prancies. If someone don't love you, you can't make them love you. You can't make them fear love you the entire time. I don't know how to help these people. For the love of all that is Cheetos. Husband of a dead woman found pulverized after a 24-story fall arrested on out-of-state warrant related to DV. Well, I mean, with that mugshot, and he has a butt chin. Look, I profile butt chins and I say no. I know it's a cleft chin, but I call it an ass chin. Now, a man whose wife was found dead in their Chicago, Illinois condo has been arrested on an out-of-state warrant related to DV charges. Adam Beckering, 46, was arrested by Cook County Police on a warrant from Michigan, where he used to live with his late wife, Caitlin Tracy, 36. Now, Tracy was found outside in October 2024, dead at the bottom of a stairwell in a building in Chicago, where the couple lived at the time, but no cause of death was given. However, court records obtained by WBBM, a local CBS affiliate, revealed a long history of DV, allegedly at the hands of Adam, while the couple still lived in Michigan. Beckenrick was not charged in the unaliving of his, or the death of his wife. After her body was found, quote unquote, pulverized after sustaining a fall from 24 stories up. What in the Frito-Lay flapjacks is going on here? I am trying not to cuss, but this is like the case in, is it Massachusetts, where the chick self-deleted with, a bunch of stab wounds in her back? Are the medical examiners high? According now, it gets worse. Now, according to attorneys representing his wife's family, she was also missing a foot. Now, according to police report, he hobbled her. Oh my crap. He watched Misery too much. Look, I love Kathy Bates being a psycho just as much as the rest of us. And I too would like to, gently push my authors to make happy endings for everyone instead of this dystopian crap fest that is, some books. But we don't hobble people. Giblets in a handbasket. All right. Now, that's according to police reports obtained by local Fox affiliate WFLD. Now, the warrant from Michigan, however, is related to Beckenrick's failure to report to court on aggravated assault charges. The WFLD reported that court documents related to the case include police witnessing in January 2024 that, quote, Tracy had cuts on her lips and other red markings. In the report, Tracy also claimed that her husband had allegedly laid hands on her and stolen some of her things. Police returned to the couple's home in August 2024. Beckenrick was scheduled to appear in court in Michigan on October 29, 2024, in connection to the assault charge. But days prior to that court date, he was being held in Chicago for questioning related to Tracy's death. The arrest warrant for failing to appear for the October 29th aggravated assault hearing was dated October 31st, 2024. Now, Breckenrick was taken into custody on Friday by Cook County Police on a fugitive warrant outside of Michigan. At the time of Tracy's passing, the couple had only been married 6 months. But court records from their former home county in Michigan reveal a tumultuous history between the two spouses. Now, according to WBBM, Tracy had filed an order of protection against Breckenridge in October 2023 after accusing him of 4 instances of DV. She ultimately withdrew her request after Breckenridge threatened to sue her for defamation and libel. WFLD reported that Breckenridge currently faces a total of 6 felony charges and 2 misdemeanors out of Barron County, Michigan, including DV and resisting arrest. Oh, please tell me a cop, decentralized him? Look, I may or may not have a secret penchant. I am like a sommelier of watching assholes get taken down and tased. I don't know why it's so, and I do mean so, satisfying to see, a-holes get tased. There is a reason I'm not a cop. I would tase everyone, okay? And especially on a day like today where I got like 2 hours of sleep. And yeah, it's just, all joking aside, and I do mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I will tell you the truth. If you are in a relationship like this, where you have to walk on eggshells, man, woman, or child, man, woman, zim, zer, prancy, furries, I want all of my kiddos to be okay. It's going to be scary. It is. That first step you take away from that relationship, when you feel about as low as you possibly can because they've made you feel that way. But take that step. Please, please, I don't want to read about you on the news. I know it's scary. You're going into a big world and you've been told you're nothing, but you're not nothing, and you deserve to be happy. Please make that choice. Please. Just when I think that the world can't get any more stupid, it's just stupid enough to be 2025. Who in the hell is paying 12K to be a personal assistant to Gene Simmons, who has helmet hair? Please tell me that's a bad wig. That better be human hair. I mean, holy God. How do you make your hair look that awful? And I get it. I know there's Kiss fans out there, but holy fazoli's, this is terrible hair. Kiss frontman Gene Simmons is charging $12,000 to be his personal assistant for one day. Would any of you like to pay $12,000 to be my personal assistant for one day? You can rock and roll all night and party every day with Gene Simmons, but you're gonna have to pay. You know, loving me is something, something, only if you pay a fee. It's been a long time since I've seen Moulin Rouge. I have to be in a mood to watch musicals. I may could be watching a musical. Moulin Rouge. What are we doing? Now, on a total, and let me, just pull this up so everyone knows. Okay, so Lori Vallow is currently having a hearing. I will be covering that tomorrow. I am going to try to do some of the Stacey Rodriguez trial this afternoon after Newsy News. But I did want to let you guys know that I have spotted, the Lori Vallow, the resurrected is it transsexual? No, indental. She's translated to crazy, and Jesus is going to save her because he told her on a post-it note. I don't know. I need to watch that interview, but I don't know if I can handle all the crazy, y'all. I'm gonna have to watch it in little snippets so I don't catch. Also, okay, we're pulling this up because Lori Vallow. Sorry, I am so ADHD today. Okay, tell me she does not look like Hatchet Face from Crybaby. Tell me, and stop screen, present screen, share screen. Okay, y'all, tell me them eyebrows don't look like Hatchet Face, and I will pay you $1. But I mean, Lori, Lori, I am so putting her on the. Look, I'm just saying, can we not see it with the eyebrows? Look, I saw her and I was like, I need to watch Crybaby again. And wasn't she the one that was always pregnant? I don't know. I felt that chick in my soul. To be honest, I was like, I have representation. Someone believes in me and my breeder abilities. Well, the Kiss frontman, 75, is giving fans the opportunity to be his personal assistant and band roadie for over $12,000. Hawking the job as the ultimate Gene Simmons experience on his website, the rocker promises that you'll be on the GS band team crew for the entire day and be on the inside of his daily schedule while he's out on the road for his solo tour with the Gene Simmons band. Oh dear God. I think it's a wig. I think this definitely is a wig. It's a little shiny. I mean, I'm sure it's actually very expensive because to get it to lay here, he probably has wig glue on. You know, I just don't, and all hail the codpiece. Gene Simmons, the legacy of Labyrinth and the codpiece. We applaud you. Not only will the lucky fan get to do manual labor like helping set for their show, but they will also sit on a sound check and arrive at the venue with the band and hang out backstage. Now, Simmons also promises that at the hefty price of $12,495, will be enough for a big spender to have a meal with the rock star either at the hotel or backstage on the show and be brought up on stage during the concert and introduced to the crowd. The I Was Made for Loving You musician. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. The only way to love me, baby. Okay, I'm definitely watching Moulin Rouge tomorrow. or tonight. Time is a continuum. Who the hell is paying to work for Gene Simmons? Again, I need you to come to the front of the congregation because I cannot explain this damn shit. Now, to be fair and utterly, transparent, if they offered this for the Counting Crows and I was not currently handy capable, I would consider it. And I wouldn't do any lifting. I have boobs, y'all. I have boobs. Like, I am not lifting shit. I have boobs. Anywho, I always wanted to be a musician. I always wanted to be Alanis Morissette or Heart when I grew up. And I understood that you can't grow up to be someone, but maybe in a year I'll start my Heart band. Here is a heartwarming story because we need a heartwarming story. A woman leaves a note at late dad's house asking owners to buy a porch bench, and she receives a surprising response. A few years before Erica Monaghan's dad, Rick, died from cancer at the age of 59, he bought a house in Prescott, Arizona, a couple of hours from where, Erica lived with her kids. On weekends, the single mom would bring her children to the house where they would spend hours running around the yard playing with her nieces and nephews. But many of her fondest memories from her dad sitting outside listening to the birds and feeding the hummingbirds to watching her kids grow up over the years were made on a swing bench outside the house. Almost 10 years later, and now married, Erica, 38, was on a weekend getaway near where her dad lived, and she decided to stop by the house, something she hadn't done since he died or since he lived there. The minute the car turned the corner, a flood of emotions hit. When I saw that they still had the swing, it flashed me back to the kids on the swing, me on the swing, my nephews and nieces on the swing, my mom and dad on that swing, everything. Mohan told People. It really brought back a lot of memories, and I was telling my husband about it, just watching it, and I was like, I can't believe they still have that swing. That's so cool. I didn't think anything of it at the time. Then my husband pulled into the driveway and got out, and I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I am so uncomfortable right now, she continues. He went to the door and was ringing the doorbell over and over, but they weren't answering. I had no idea what he was doing, so I came back, and he's like, damn, I was going to ask if we could buy that bench from them. Upon hearing this, Erica turned to her husband and thanked him for his sweet gesture. I was like, that's so kind, but it's okay, let's go, she recalled. And he was like, no, let's write a note, do something, and we can get that bench. So she followed through and wrote a note for the new owners and left it on their door. A few hours later, she got a call. He thought I was trying to buy his house, she laughed, but after that, having a full conversation, I told him I'm not trying to buy your house, I'm just talking about the bench. And he said, yeah, it means so much more to you than it does to us. Just replace the bench and you can have it. So we're going to go to Home Depot and buy him a new bench, she continued, but he texted me and said there's a bench we found for $200. If you want to buy a new bench, just come and get that. So my husband brought us back and we got this bench. Throughout this entire experience, Erica recorded every moment and posted it on TikTok. She wanted to share this special moment and look back on it, but the video went viral, amassing more than 640,000 views and 530 comments. Before I posted the video, I sent it to my kids, and just their responses were priceless, she added. My daughter, who was very close to my dad, was especially emotional. I was a single teenage mom, so for her, my dad is like the father figure in her life. She grew up without a dad, so this made it even more special for her. She was like, oh my God, but it brought all of her memories back. I saw a lot of negative comments like, I can't believe he made you pay for it, but I want to clarify that he didn't make me do anything, she explained. We were very much like, hey, we would love to replace it so you can have a bench and make memories on it with your own kids. That way they'll have something to look back on in the future, something like the bench where everyone sat. It's crazy how something so simple can mean so much for somebody. I had so many comments and so many stories of similar things, and I just thought it was beautiful. Erica adds that she's very detached from material possessions, noting how owning a lot of things isn't part of her character. When her dad died, she was 39 or 29 years old and didn't ask for anything except for a clay head that he had made when he was in high school. If you went to my house, you'd be like, did you just move in? I just don't have things. But the bench is different. It holds so many memories. I didn't care about anything. There was nothing. Even if I had a shirt, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember Dad wore that shirt. But to have memories, because it holds them, there were just so many memories on that bench. Now, recently, Erica's husband installed the bench on their back porch. Why do they keep calling it a bench when it's a swing? People, what the hell is wrong? That is a swing. Y'all are making me nuts. This is why I can't be a Mormon, because I live on caffeine and nicotine, and I cannot just help but call out stupidity. It is a damn swing. It's not a bench. Bench have legs. That's a swing. Also, I want a swing, Mr. Mo. Not a fun swing, but, an outside swing, just to clarify. I mean, not yet. I mean, wait till I get less handy capable, and then we'll totally get the fun swing. Ba-dum-bing. So that was a really good story. And then we go to holy crapola, are they hunting YouTubers? Well, or mainly just ones that work with Alex Jones. Now, a little disclaimer before this article. I understand that people have very strong feelings about Alex Jones. That being said, someone lost their life. So I'm going to report on it because it was a fellow YouTuber. Regardless of their political leanings, they were a human and they got, unalived. And I really don't care for politics. I care about humans. InfoWars reporter Jamie White was, quote, brutally murdered, end quote, near an Austin residential area, the outlet says. Excuse me. InfoWars reporter Jamie White was, quote-unquote, brutally murdered near his Austin, Texas home on Sunday night, according to the outlet. Alex Jones, founder of InfoWars, revealed the shocking news in a statement shared by the outlet on Monday. Quote, we are deeply saddened to inform you that InfoWars reporter Jamie White was brutally murdered around midnight Sunday, due in part to policies of the Soros Austin, Texas DA, Jose Garcia. Again, I don't expect Alex Jones to not. It was sentimental stuff, not guff. So I can see why Alex Jones would add the little bit about the politics. We pledge that Jamie's tragic death will not be in vain, and those responsible for this senseless violence will be brought to justice, the statement added. Jones described White as the best writer at InfoWars and a good friend who had been working for the outlet for many years in a broadcast posted to X. White was heading home from work Sunday night when he was killed, Jones said in the video. The Austin Police Department did not immediately respond for a request for comment, but the department told local Fox 7 that officers had found an adult male with obvious signs of trauma in South Austin on Sunday around midnight. The man was taken to the hospital where he unfortunately passed due to his injuries, according to that report. Now, the victim was found in a parking lot of an apartment complex, KXAN reported, according to a clip shared by Jones on X. Now, investigators were seen retrieving evidence from a second-floor apartment, according to KXAN. In a monologue Monday, Jones described the scene, saying there was blood all over the parking lot. Now, police say they have no information about the suspect, but the investigation is underway. This is the 8th homicide in Austin so far this year. Now, I will tell you that I did watch a Tim Pool sort of video about this and a quartering one after he got done hawking his coffee. Look, I love you, Jeremy, but holy fazoli, stop talking about your daggone coffee. It is like 4 minutes of the Flip and Flapjack video. Now, I joke about my for-profit charity, but I understand the grift is the grift. I'm not going to, you know what? You do you. I wish I had your subscribers. So there has been scuttlebutt about, take this with a large pound of salt, that this particular journalist was on a anti-Ukraine-ish list, if you will. Now, what that means for the price of eggs in China, I am not quite sure, but I did want to pass along that this particular writer has some unpopular views. So that could be a possible, sort of angle on this case. Now, I am not claiming that, but that is some stuff that is going out on the ninja webs. Now, y'all, as your, internet mama, this is not right. None of this is right. No. No, burn it with fire. A shower loofah turns out to be something more horrifying yet surprisingly pretty. No, no, this is bad. If you see actual fungus growing mushrooms in your daggone bathroom, you burn it with fire. Look, nothing can save that, not even bleach. It just needs to burn. Allegedly in Minecraft. Again, holy arson is allowed in the Church of Mo. I cannot no, why? Why would you just let this grow? What the hell is wrong with you? This puts the fun in fungus. New York Post, I am taking away your license to pun. A Reddit user has gone viral on social media after sharing a veritable science experiment involving a sponge-looking growth in her bathroom shower. Now, shocking images recently shared by the user, this scratch, look, I'm not going to say her name in case she gets all, like, Twitter pated with bad people. I don't want. She received over 18,000 upvotes across several Reddit subforums, most notably in R Moldy Interesting, where she initially described the truly wild turn of events. She's taking showers in this shit? Oh my god, there's hairs in there. She is still showering with this fungus growing and all this caulk that's just, oh my god, no, no, no. Like, you want to freak me out, put me in this room. Oh, no. Just no. And she is still daggone showering in this. Quote, I left it for a while because I was interested and wanted to see what it would look like or end up doing, she wrote in her original post. It was really interesting to watch it for a while, but I'm glad I got it fixed because it's not healthy. Giblets in a handbasket. No, it's fungus. This chick just let the fungus in her shower grow to see what would happen. Because you can tell there are hairs there. She is continuing to wash herself in this. Oh my god. Oh. Now, despite its loofah-like appearance, the citizen scientist knew she had some type of fungus infesting her home. She told Newsweek, at first it started out looking like a loofah, and then it would eventually turn into a small mushroom, and it would change very quickly. I moved the sponge thing and it kept coming back, so I left it to see what it would do, even though I knew it was bad. I was just really so interested. This is a chick that's going to pick up nuclear waste and just hold it, because, like, pretty colors. Do you happen to know a woman named Stacy Rodriguez and Hosanna Varea? Because I think you are right on level with those chicks. What the hell is wrong with this woman? Now, eventually, a full-blown mushroom did appear, because miracles. With a brown top and a whitish stem that sprang forth from the orange-hued growth, which at which point she finally removed, her fungus. Now, Reddit users respond with equal parts delight and horror. No, just horror. One gawker posited that this scratch, person might have an entire mycelial network colonizing the walls of her home. It's surprisingly pretty, a shroom enthusiast added. No, it's not. No, just no. Now, despite her ostensive need for a deep clean, fellow ecological enthusiast also gushed, thank you for being a scientific observer and letting the fungus grow. I appreciated that. Does she not have access to bleach? Is bleach illegal here? Because what in the name of all that is unholy is this bath? Why are you letting this grow? I don't know. Just no. I'm not even going to read the rest of the article. But if you have mold, do not let it grow. Do not Do not let it, no, do not shower with, what? Just no, all the no. I know she said it got fixed, but I'm still seeing pictures. Y'all, I have no words. This is how we get final form Jesus. Y'all want the rapture, this is how it's coming down. And apparently it involves pee. And I am not flippin' flapjack joking. Dr. Urine cuts pee deal with prosecutors. March 7th, in a plea deal, a Florida doctor has admitted to dumping gallons of urine on the front door of a medical practice and has agreed to perform community service, pay restitution, and write a letter of apology to the targets of his bodily waste bombardment. Oh, we need to see the records here. Alrighty here. In the County Court of the 6th Judicial Circuit of the State of Florida in and for Pinellas County. It would happen in Pinellas County. Stop making philosophical questions. I don't know what's going on today. But you probably do have a point. Still, I'm never going in that bathroom. You can't make me. I won't go. Order approving pretrial intervention agreement. The foregoing cause coming on this day to be heard upon the pretrial intervention agreement entered into by Giovanni Balla, defendant, and his defense attorney Cameron King, and Bruce Bartlett, the state attorney for the 6th Judicial Circuit, and the court being fully advised in the premise, it is ordered that the pretrial intervention agreement entered on 2/26/25 and attached hereto and made part of this order is hereby ratified and approved by this court, and is further ordered that the defendant shall perform the conditions, stipulations, and agreements herein set forth, and that the terms of said agreement shall be binding upon the defendant as set forth in this order, and it is further ordered that the defendant shall be released on his own recognizance during the term of this agreement, unless otherwise specifically ordered in this court. It is further ordered that the court shall retain jurisdiction of this cause to enforce said pretrial intervention. So why did this man throw the pee-pees? If Balla successfully completes a 12-month PTI program, the felony count will be dismissed by prosecutors. The agreement states that Balla acknowledges and accepts responsibility. Ooh, he's doing a Theodore Edgecombe. For the urine attacks, there were multiple giblets in a handbasket. How? This took planning. He was like, look, I'm going to have to save your sample forever. Now, Balla, seen on the right, was busted for twice dousing the St. Petersburg office with gallons of fluid which had the odor of urine, according to an arrest report. The office was occupied by Dr. Dylan Dinesh, who had purchased Balla's medical practice in 2022. Quote, in recent months, the defendant became upset with the victim over business. Cops reported at the time of Balla's arrest. Now, Dinesh initially occupied the premises and owned previously used by Balla, but he moved his business due to certain contractual breaches, deficiencies, and inappropriate actions on behalf of Dr. Balla, according to a civil filing. Additionally, Dinesh accused Balla of violating contractual obligations, forbidding him from engaging in competitive medical practice. Now, during the business dispute, Balla launched his late-night urine offensives, which were recorded by surveillance cameras. Now, courts do not indicate where Balla sourced his urine. As stipulated in the PTI agreement, Balla agreed to pay Dinesh $7,570 in restitution and about $1,000 in court costs and fees. He will also perform 20 hours of community service and be subject to random drug testing and psychological evaluation and treatment. Balla must also write a letter of apology to Dinesh and the administrator with Dinesh's practice, and have no contact with either of them. While the state's Board of Medicine reviews his biohazard antics, Balla remains licensed to practice medicine in the state of Florida and prescribe controlled substances. I feel safe with Western medicine. The state recorded a list of Bala's primary practice or address and his $2 million waterfront home in Gulfport. Well, there you go. I mean, how could you? Why? I, yeah, but like, do you go to the kidney ward and just take everyone's, catheter bag? Like, what's going on here? I kind of want to ask questions. I mean, I'm I'm just asking questions. Uh, let's see here. Oh, destined to end in a mother flippin' snapped episode. Neo, of whom I am very knowledgeable, ooh, not really, no, introduces his four, yes, one, two, three, and four girlfriends from a polyamorous relationship. Quote, we are happy over here. Look, y'all, I am waiting for wigs flying, weaves going here and there, possibly a boob comes out, drag out, knockdown fight like you would see at IHOP at 3 a.m. And I'm here for it. I love a dumpster fire. Neo is not ashamed of his polyamorous lifestyle. Talking to Instagram over the weekend, the Miss Independent singer introduced fans to the four loves of his life. Well, the heart does have four chambers, so he has room. Now, if it was five, he'd really be screwed, wouldn't he? He's so the four women he's currently in a relationship, urging critics to say something nice or move on with their lives. Quote, since the world is so intrigued, I guess I should introduce my loves properly. Ladies and gents, I present my pyramid. Oh, for flip flapjack sakes. Who is on the bottom? Who is on the top of the pyramid? Is Neo on the top? Oh, this is going to end ugly. Oh, God. Neo, look at me. Sweetheart, come here. Sweet. Let me talk. Come here. Now, I am just one single woman with the hormones of a tidal wave, and I cannot imagine that you are not going to get asked whose butt is the biggest and this is going to start a fight. I would kindly walk away and leave these chicks alone. Get you one chick. I don't get it. Look, if they are all adults, I do not care. Now, Neo, whose real name is Schaefer Shamir Smith, revealed that his four girlfriends are Ariel Hill, Brianna Williams, a woman who goes by Christina, and another woman who goes by Monet. The Because of You singer 45 added that each woman also has a nickname. Christina goes by Pretty Baby, Moni is Phoenix Feather, Williams is Sexy Lil something, and Hill goes by Twin Flame. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. This is going to end horribly. This is this is the before snapped episode. Y'all, this is going to be ugly. Allegedly in Minecraft, Neo, walk away. Walk away. This is not going to end well. Do you want a TLC series? Because this is how you get a TLC series and a train wreck life. Now, although it's the first time that Neo has publicly confirmed his relationship status with the four women, he has previously shared photos and video with all of them over the last month. Now, three of the women, Christina, Monet, and Hill, even refer to each other as wives and have Instagram accounts dedicated to the relationship with Neo. One of the accounts features photos of the three of them cozying up with Neo and partying together holding hands. This is so going to end badly, and I am here for it. Meanwhile, Williams, who is one of Neo's backup dancers, has not posted with the other women and has stuck to only sharing snaps with the singer. Now, Neo has previously defended his decision to be in a polyamorous relationship during a February 20th interview at the Ricky Smiley morning show. Quote, I ain't manipulating nobody. I ain't brainwashing nobody. I ain't lying to nobody, he said at the time. I said it out there. Here's what it is. I like you, but I also like her and her and her. And if you're cool with that, come on, we're going to have a great time. Who is cool with that? I don't. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Okay. Does anyone have an ass tattoo? Like that had to take like a whole a whole ass time. That is a whole ass tattoo. Jesus. I need to get off this stream. Holy God. The So Sick singer added that all individuals are honest, consenting, and telling the truth about their dynamic. I felt like I wasted a lot of time just being dishonest about things to the point where I had to this approach initially. I could have saved myself a lot of heartache and headache, he explained. Now, prior to his polyamorous relationship, Neo was married to Crystal Renee from 2016 to 2022. Now, the formal couple share three children together, Schaefer Shamir Jr., 8, Roman Alexander Raj, 6, and daughter Isabella Rose, 3. He has two other kids, daughter Madeline Grace, 14, and son Mason Evan, 13, with ex Monita Shaw Carter, and two other children, sons Braden and Brixton, with ex Sade Janea. Neo shared that his kids are aware of his relationship status and explained how they told him the news. He's like, hey, this is dad's girlfriend, he said during the same interview. And so that's that. And, she's going to make you some cereal, cook you some lunch, wash your clothes. It's all good. This man is going to end up in a snapped episode. I don't wish that on nobody, but I can read tea leaves, and this is going to end badly. Badly, badly, so badly. It's going to end just terribly. Don't. Why? Just. And let's see if there's any new news that has just popped up before I hop off and try to set up the Lori Vallow hearing on the Petty Express. Let's see here. Oh no, that's sad. I love how I'm just like randomly skipping through the news. Prince Frederick of Luxembourg dies from a rare disease. Jeffrey Montgomery, this is just a bad idea. It's like the idea of the reverse harem is terrible too. I mean, a woman having a bunch of men around her, sure, she doesn't have to take out the trash, but when they all get the man flu, where are you going to hide the bodies? I mean, allegedly in Minecraft. Prince Frederick of Luxembourg, the youngest son of Prince Robert of Luxembourg and Princess Julie of Nassau, has died after a lifelong battle with a rare genetic disorder known as POLG, mitochondrial disease. He was 22. Frederick died in Paris on March 1st, his family announced in a statement on a website for the POLG Foundation, which Frederick founded in 2022. One light was extinguished, but so many remain, his father said in a statement. Now, POLG is a genetic mitochondrial disorder that robs the body's cells of energy, in turn causing progressive multiple organ dysfunction and failure, according to the foundation's website. Now, Frederick was diagnosed with POLG at 14, the family said. Because the disease causes such a wide range of symptoms and affects many different organ systems, it can be difficult to diagnose. The prince died a day after Rare Disease Day, the International Day of Awareness for Rare Disease. It is estimated that 300 million people live with a rare disease. As is the case for 300 million people like Frederick worldwide, these diseases are usually hard to recognize even by physicians, and patients' families may never know that they're suffering from it, or they may only be identified very late in their progression, his father Robert said. Now, there's currently no treatment or cure for POLG. One might compare it to having a faulty battery that never fully recharges and is in a constant state of depletion and eventually loses power. Frederick and the POLG Foundation are committed to finding therapies and cures to save other patients suffering from what Frederick and our families have endured. Despite his condition, Frederick found strength and courage to say goodbye to each of us in turn. His brother, Alexander, sister Charlotte, me, his three cousins, Charlie, Lewis, and Donald, his brother-in-law, Mansour, and finally his Aunt Charlotte and Uncle Mark. Though Prince Frederick made it very clear that he did not want the dreadful disease to define him, he devoted himself to spreading awareness on a rare disease. Thank you, sir. Thanks. I mean, as someone who sits here and was very lucky to be diagnosed with my rare condition-y thing as soon as I was, I can tell you it is beyond frustrating to have nothing new, to know that you've kind of exhausted all your resources in this and they have no idea what to do for you. And they can change the name and they can, add more symptoms to the constellation, but you're still stuck here knowing that whatever research is going on probably won't do anything for you. And there's no fire under anyone to do this research. And it can be hope destroying sometimes. So thank you so much, Prince Frederick. We didn't have the same thing, but to raise awareness for people that are suffering with something that basically needs an entire like Dune paragraph to explain to a new person, I will say that has to be the most exhausting part of having CRPS or a rare disease. When you kind of have to have this whole introduction that you give to people where you explain like, please don't touch me on my left side. I can't I can't tolerate really loud noise. In fact, the tax office, they had a, what do you call those? I call them Steve Buscemi shredders, which means I've watched Fargo way too much, but I know they're tree shredders. And something about that noise directly hit my hip, and I cannot explain how that works. But it is because there are different diseases. So greedy bloke, some people might have Harlequin's disease. Another one is, progeria. There are, arrhythmo. Basically, your feet feel like you're on fire. There are so many different things, and there are so many different people that medical science just, there aren't enough people. I mean, CRPS, the average, sort of demographics of it is only 1 million people in America, 3 million around the world, I think, last time I checked. Don't quote me on numbers right now, but we're not a big constituency. So when, the money goes for, researching, they're not going to go for the unicorn disease. They're going to go for the big C. And as much as I hate the big C and I hope we cure it, could we look at some of these orphan diseases? Please. So thank you, Prince Frederick, for your, for your work in spreading awareness so that some of us don't have to, take an hour to explain what's going on with our body when we can barely walk. It's exhausting. But it's also, you get to kind of let people know something new. And maybe, just maybe, kind of talking about this, if anyone ever gets hurt and feels like they might have CRPS, maybe they'll be able to advocate for themselves more. Because I know I kind of listened to doctors when I first started out this journey, and they kind of brushed me off. They kind of took my pain and said, okay, well, you broke your bone. And I was like, no, it's going all the way up to my hip. It's burning like fire. Y'all, I have never asked for pain medication, but when I first got hurt, I did ask for pain medication. I still have the bottle. I don't like the way that stuff makes me feel. But if my experience can help someone else who gets hurt, maybe advocate and say, hey, I know my body, I've had it for, X amount of years. It is, the Kelly Blue Book value is a little down. I mean, it's over 100,000 miles, but I know my body and this isn't right. If you feel like something isn't right with your body, you've known it. You know what you're doing. Don't be afraid to tell the doctor, this is my body. I know something is wrong. And if they don't listen to you, find a doctor that will listen to you. Because it is a special kind of hell to go to a bunch of doctors who look at you and have no idea what to do with you. That being said, I usually wear a stupid shirt and it usually has a curse word on it when I go to the doctor. So there could be a level of thinking I am a troll. which I am, so, if the crown fits. But, you guys, this has been Nooner with Mo. I might start doing this a little bit. I don't know. I do like pulling out the, stories and things like that. I just need like 500 more hours in the day, you guys, because I'll get into stream and I'll forget to do my laundry, and then there's like piles of Mount Saint laundry and it looks like it's going to explodorate. Just redonkulous. Anyhoozle, I am going to go tackle some laundry, and then I will put up a stream for the Lori Vallow translated Jesus touched being that she is. And I am putting Hatchet Face on the thumbnail. We might do that tomorrow, as I previously stated. I did not sleep well last night, and I feel like I could need a little bit of a nap before I come back. Otherwise, you're going to get Loopy Mo. And Loopy Mo might be the best Mo for Lori Vallow, but she might also curse way too much. So I will see you guys in a little bit. If not today, then definitely tomorrow. And we will catch up on the Stacey Rodriguez case and everything. I will see how I feel in a little bit because Mr. Mo is home and I finally get to stream. But it's like, I could take a nap right now. I can't believe they found her competent to stand trial. This is the weirdest thing. Now, I did do a solo video on this. Check it out. The private investigator that did a lot of work on the Natalee Holloway case is calling BS on this particular student having drowned. So it is speculation. It is, not concrete, but there are a lot of parallels between the Natalee Holloway case and this case. And the only reason I don't say her name is because I know I'm going to butcher it terribly and I don't want to disrespect her or anyone. Look, Loopy Mo is on a spectrum. It's getting louder. I actually told the tax person, I was like, can they stop the Steve Buscemi maker? And he's like, you watch Fargo way too much. That being said, I am going to leave you guys and work on setting up that thumbnail. I need to get Hatchet Face going, so I will be back in just a little bit. Thank you so much for joining on this different time. Gave you a little bit of extra news, mostly because I can't stop talking, but thank you for joining. Thank you guys so much. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and take no shit from no one. Carry your can of bitch fire. Now let me see where I'm gonna send you, because I always forget and I'm trying to be better. I looked in the eyes of my tax person and I was like, I am going to start printing out, the my invoices as soon as I get them. In the next breath, I said, look, I probably just lied to you, but I do intend to endeavor to try to do that. That being said, all right, I will redirect it to Danny on for the Lori Vallow pretrial. She is an actual lawyer, so she might know all the terms and not call it a, oh gosh, was it a subpoena Dukas Nukem? So I will send you over to Danny. I probably will not hop into chat because I think Mr. Mo is going to make me take a nap because he knows when I've overdone it. It's just, some days, look, we are going into Mr. Mo, being the wonderful, great husband that he is, had typed in and Google searched, because there is a possibility in a couple years that we could move. Did a Google search for the best places for low humidity, low weather, a little bit warm. And guess what pulled up? None other than God's asshole, Arizona. Now, I know that Arizona is lovely. I know I have never been there. I know I am prejudiced against Arizona. I am an Arizonist, anti-Arizonist. I am. I don't know why. It is too hot. There is no trees. I cannot. No. So Mr. Mo, being the lovely husband that he is, had marched himself up here and showed me Arizona, and I reacted exactly as I just had. Arizona is God's butthole, and I never want to live there. And I did explain to him now that I was like, look, I'm sorry. Logically, I totally get why you want to go to Arizona. But emotionally, Arizona is the place that I send all the a-hole, cyclists when I become powerful. I send all of the, Kirby vacuum salespeople, all of the cyclists, all of the people that park their cart in the middle of the aisle to talk to each other like no one has any shit to do in their entire life. Yes, Arizona is God's butthole. I am sorry. I know I've never been there. I know I did pledge to take a trip to change my mind. But Arizona is not where I want to be. I always wanted a little cabin in the woods with a reading nook. And I'm sharing this with you because I know a lot of you guys struggle with chronic pain, and I never want you to feel like I am a-okay and I have my poop in a group and I am totally cool with all of the kind of constellation of bullshit that comes with having chronic pain. Now, it is amazingly difficult to become peaceful with all of the things that have to change when you have, something like CRPS. And there are days where I am 73% okay with stuff. And y'all, I went, oh, what? What am I looking at? I'm sorry. Anywho, I just want you guys to let you, or just to let you know that, even though I'm on here and I'm having fun and I love these streams and they take my mind away and they give me an opportunity to pay it forward, I don't have my poop in a group. I don't have, all the answers. I am just human like the rest of you. And goodness gracious, it is not always easy, but I am going to let you guys go. Oh, check the send again. Danny quit. Sorry, I figured out what you were saying. Good Lord, in a handbasket. I need some sleep. It's still showing her, but we do have Dolly Talk. We have Captain Kern. Looks like we have Recovery Addict, Sovereign Citizen Pro Se Defendant, and something. I will have to look up Alpha Stim. Not sure. I will tell you that, okay, so I had a terrible, let me see if she's still live. I had a terrible experience with the bio, oh gosh. Oh, for the love of all that is unholy. All right, I am sending you to just somewhere. You guys, I am sorry. All right, I'm going to send you to Danny or RA, and then you guys can go wherever you wish on the interwebs. I love you. Take care. And we will all make this through. It's okay to have not great days. It's okay to have days where you struggle. And I did struggle with that for a lot of the first year. You know, I didn't want to experience those negative feelings, but those are part of life. They're human. We all have days where we're a little down and, reality isn't always that fun. But then we have good days and there are sunsets and good friends. So remember to look at the lights around you when things are dark, because there are definitely a bunch of people around you holding candles for you until the sun comes up. Bye, you guys.